No, you gotta do better than that. That wasn't good. All right, I'm gonna ask one time. Are you ready? Come on, let's hear it one more time. Are you ready? All right, much better. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we're gonna get the show started. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna introduce the first comedian tonight. He's new and upcoming. He's from Brooklyn, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please start putting your hands together right now. Put them together. Give it up for Salman Jaffri. Give it up, man. Come on up. Give it up. All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Before I go any further tonight, let's give one round of applause to the servers here at Shanavas, getting things moving slowly, smoothly. Come on, give it up one more time for that. All right. I wanted to start off tonight with a little story, and it's a true story. It happened to me about a few weeks ago. I went to a community dinner, and like any community dinner, there's a lot of uncles there, a lot of aunties there, right? A lot of them that I knew. And this one auntie, she comes up to me and she says, "Beta, I need to talk to you." I said, "Sir, auntie, what's going on? What's up?" And she says, "Beta, if you don't mind, please, in private, please just come to the side. I need to talk to you." I said, "Sure." She looked worried. She looked scared, and I said, "Auntie, what's going on?" And she says, "I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to. You have to help me." Now, I knew at this moment that it was my responsibility to give Auntie some comfort, to set her mind at ease. So I said, "Auntie, what's going on?" And she says to me, "It's about my son. You have to talk to him." I said, "Sure, Auntie, what's going on?" And she looks at me and she says, "He's going to ruin his life. He wants to become a stand-up comedian." I can tell you that every single positive affirmation that I had said in my head leading to this day, it all shot to hell. In my life, a lot of confusions, always trying to impress people, impress others, my friends, my parents. Everything I am today, thank God Almighty, and because of my mother and my father, right? My mother's prayers, yeah, absolutely. My mother's prayers and my father's hard work, right? People ask me that, "Hey Salman, were you ever spanked as a kid?" No, alhamdulillah, we never got spanked. Alhamdulillah, we got the crap beaten out of us. People say to me, "You ever get grounded?" Now, this word used to confuse me. It depends on what your definition of grounded is, right? Because I say this because there were a few times, not many, where technically I was thrown into the ground. And so, if anybody saw that, they probably would have been like, "Oh, dip, he just got grounded," right? I remember one time me and my dad, we got into an argument. I was 17 years old. It was December, it was cold outside. And God bless my mother, she tried to come in and she's trying to intervene. And she's like, "You guys are acting like children." And my dad says, "You know what, get him out of here. I never want to see him again." And I said, "You know what, Dad, I'm leaving. I'm never coming back. You know what, that's it." Put my coat on, go outside the house. I must have walked about 10 feet. I hear my father from the back saying, "Salman!" I turn around, size 9, Bata Chappal coming right at me. Hit me right in the face. Now, the other thing is, I realized that day in that moment exactly how intelligent my father actually is, okay? He's a perfectionist. He's very calculated, even when it comes to beating the crap out of his kids, right? See, what my father did was that he threw that slipper first, and then he called my name. Because he had figured that by the time that this kid turns around, back around. And it worked. I was 12 years old. I remember my mom was throwing out this old broom, and my dad saw it. He goes, "Hey, say that, come here, bring it here. He goes in the tool shed, gets a saw. Measures about 1.5 feet. Starts cutting, pulls the stick, keeps it somewhere else, says, okay, take it, all right, all right. My mom says, what the hell is this for? It's like, it's for the kids. And the protocol with the stick was very simple. If you ever misbehaved, you ever did something wrong, right? 2 hard whacks, you know, right across on your neck, right? Now the thing was that I did my own calculations sometimes. And the thing was that what I was trying to figure out, what I had figured out, is that as that stick is coming down on my hand, I would move it at that exact moment, right? Giving it the appearance that I actually got hit. But my father caught on to this, right? And every time he did, he was like, no, hold on, one more time. I didn't feel it. What the hell do you mean you didn't feel it? You know? My mother used to hit, running around with one of those big serving spoons. You know what I'm saying? The ones that you put in the patilla, right? Whacks me in the back, right in my behind. It got stuck. Don't ask me how. Right? At the same time, my parents used to tell me, like, you need to love yourself. And that was kind of hard to do when you're running around the house with, serving spoons up your ass. And for a long time, whether you're from India, you're Pakistani, you're whatever, Eastern Hemisphere, right? I used to think that for these parents, that beating the crap out of your kids was a hobby, right? And kids, kids have a very wild imagination. I used to think sometimes my father, envisioning him, leaving work with one of his co-workers, they go into their car, right? And my dad says, okay, Rick, hey, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, Jaffri, take it easy. Hey, Jaffri, listen, I was thinking about, playing some pool tonight. What are you going to do? I don't know, Rick. I think I was going to go home and, beat the crap out of my kids and go to bed. It's a hobby for me. I remember me, my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, we were driving down south to Tennessee. They were helping me move to for college, the dorm. And we were well in the southern states. And we pulled over at a pancake house. And with Southerners, it's funny because they'll say something like horribly, terrifyingly violent, but it'll be something equated with something good. We're in the booth, and I asked the guys, like, hey, how are the pancakes? Pancakes so good, they make you slap your mama. I was like, all right, now I love my mom, though, I was like, all right, how are the biscuits? Biscuits so good, they make you beat your daddy with a baseball bat. Let me get those biscuits right here. I'm eating those biscuits. They're the best biscuits I've ever had. My father's looking at me, enjoying, right? Enjoying? Yeah. How are the biscuits? Like, Dad, you better get the hell away from me right now, man. Yeah. It was always confusing. It was always confusing. As a kid, I was a very annoying kid. I admit it, I was a brat. My father was very witty. He's very quick-worded, quick-witted. And sometimes he had to do that to put me in place, and I get it, I must have been maybe 9, 10 years old eating dinner. And my dad, I don't want this. Why don't you want it? My dad, I don't like it. Why don't you like it? My dad it doesn't taste good. Oh, it doesn't taste good. Okay. All right, say that, do me a favor. Go get the box of Lucky Charms, And I'm like, Dad, that's a cereal. I say, no, don't worry, you'll like it, because it is magically delicious. You will enjoy it, don't worry. I'm watching TV, I'm sitting on the couch. I go upstairs to use the restroom. My dad says, yo, where are you going? I'm going to the bathroom, Dad. Okay, great. Do me a favor. When you sit on the toilet, make sure you squeeze your head also, okay? Dad, why would I do that? You have a lot of crap up there too, I tell my dad, I want to hang out with the cool kids. Yeah, you want to hang out with the cool kids. Okay, go stand outside in the rain. Go ahead, right now. You want to be cool, And then when you tell your father, I don't know how many kids did this, it's like, Dad, let me just be myself, let me be who I want to be. No, that is exactly what I do not want, okay? My dad's Christian friend used to always say, like, yo, Islam has so many similarities, We have in the Bible, it says, from dust we are and dust we shall return. And my father would be like, that is why I don't dust the furniture. It could be somebody I know. But the thing was, I always wanted somebody to get a one-up on my father. And we were kids, we couldn't do that, And it happened one day in the most unpredictable way, in the most unpredictable situation. Me and my father were walking in Manhattan, and it starts raining, and it starts pouring, right? So we're running, and we find one of those stores, you guys know what I'm talking about, the ones that have the I Love New York bumper stickers and the shirts and the Statue of Liberty, right? And outside there was umbrellas, the totes, and those totes were about $10. And there was a Chinese dude standing outside. And my father runs over there. Father says, taking out his wallet, yeah, I need one umbrella. How much? $25. And the father looks at him, obviously a little bit irate and pissed off, and says, excuse me, why is the price of the umbrella going up? Because rain is coming down. You know? Being bilingual, was it a benefit? Absolutely. Confusing? You bet. One of the things my dad used to do, I saw a lot of uncles do this, but my dad was a pro at it, is that he would take Urdu words and Hindi, right? Urdu and Hindi words, Pakistani Indian words, he'd put them in English sentences, and then make people believe that that Urdu word was an English word. Right? I'll give you an example. My father's pet peeve is when somebody leaves the cap off of a carbonated drink, right? Pepsi, Coke, right? Sprite, whatever. And every time he saw somebody do that, always, hey, put that tuckin back on that bottle right now. I was like, what the hell's a tuckin? And Dad, very confidently, come on, man, B for tuckin. It's crazy, this guy, right? You know? Always, you know? My dad was a handyman. He's looking at something that needs to be screwed in. Okay, I see you, Phillips flathead. Hey, Salman, do me a favor. Go in the toolbox and get me the peshkas. Peshkas? Peshkas. And I look at my dad, I'm like, yo, peshkas with a P. He's like, yeah, very good, very good, very good. And one thing my father always used to say is, go get it foreign. Foreign, which means right away, immediately, right? So I'd be like, go get it foreign. Foreign with an F? Shut up, okay? No, don't worry, okay? The F is silent, foreign starts with a B, okay? We don't be stupid. Always very confusing for me, you know? So always some type of problems, always some types of confusion, you know what I mean? I can tell you that when you have, my father was always very good at always trying to, always trying to, save a buck. But in his way, it actually worked. Because of the fact that my father used to break the syllables down in like big long words, sometimes he'd mess up the other guy too, also speaks very good English. My father went up to this one guy, bought a mattress from this warehouse, didn't like it, returned it the next day, right? The salesperson, he was Italian, his name was Rocco, he's like, hey, Jaffri, all right, listen, do me a favor. Stop jerking me around. Tell me what's going on. What's wrong? And my father says, listen, man, first of all, Rocco, I'm not jerking anybody. Okay. Second of all, this mattress did not give me the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Right? And to be perfectly honest with you, this mattress was, a little uncomfortable. You know? And Rocco looks at him and says, okay, so you're telling me this mattress was a little uncomfortable. You didn't like it? Okay, that's fine. You didn't like it? No problem. Hey, write it up for him. You didn't like it. You didn't like it. You know? Yeah. Always some types of... Always. Is this thing work? Hello. Right, that's how it's wow. Low battery. Everybody give one round of applause for this Sal Jaffri. One more time, guys. One more time. Well. I think it's working, Jim. This is what you call when you're having a bad set all of a sudden. Hello. Let's go, guys. Give it up one more time, guys. Testing one. All right, guys. Here we go. Okay. I can also tell you that growing up in a house that doesn't understand when you lose your first love. Now, when you lose your first love, it's not an easy thing, right? It's very difficult. It's very hard, right? I remember telling my father, my dad, I just want you to understand, what I'm going through, and in life there's so much, there's one person for one other person, and this universe, and I was like, okay, shut up, man, I don't want to get this thing, just shut up, okay, just shut up. And so now I'm sulking, I go up in my room, watching Dil To Pagal Hai, right? And there's that one song in there, it goes, Are re, ye kya hua, right? Koi na pehchana, right? And my my brother standing outside, he wants to be a jerk, he wants to laugh at me. So he comes into the part of the song and goes, ha 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 ha. crazy, man. Crazy, crazy life. Now I can tell you that I have been married for 4 years now. I have a beautiful wife, 2 beautiful children. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I can tell you that. I think I should change it. No. I can tell you that for some reason, just do not want to work. Testing. All right, here we go. I can tell you that in 4 years of marriage, having 2 beautiful children, from my experience, I can tell you that I know absolutely nothing. Right? I know nothing. But there's one thing that I have figured out, and God on His truth. God on His truth. Wow. All right. There's one thing I have figured out. I'm so sorry for these technical difficulties. What up? What up? I can tell you from daughter.
He said loud.
Testing. Hello. This was really unexpected. Here comes my brother Ron. Give it up for him. Thank you, honey. Thank you, man. I can tell you from experience, right, that I know absolutely nothing. But there's one thing that I have figured out, and women, you can testify to this. I do believe that a woman has a power, okay, to straighten up any man from the very second that that guy lays on her. This is a fact. I believe it. 100% I believe it. All right? And it happens. You know, guys walking by says a nice sister, you know, hey, you're hot. Well, you know what? Jahannam is hotter, so... And some of these pickup lines, nowadays, I mean, you can't help but fall for the guys. Like, damn, girl, just like a pair of slippers in a masjid. You stole my heart and now it is gone forever. Yeah. Who do you get married? You're going to get into stupid arguments, right? It's going to happen. You're going to get into dumb arguments. Arguments that are going to just gnaw at you. They're going to bother you. They're nonsensical. My wife gets angry at me for behaving the wrong way in her dreams. Okay? And you know she has that dream in the morning, you know? And I'm like, hey, sweetheart, what's up? She's like, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. I was like, what happened? She's like, I had a dream last night. I'm like, all right, what did I do now? What happened? She said, we had just bought a house in California, and everything was set and it was perfect. And all of a sudden there was an earthquake, right? And you dove underneath the desk, and you saved yourself and you left me out there to die. Now, the interesting thing is that even though I knew that this event did not happen, right? I started questioning her as if it actually did happen, right? So I said to her, I was like, listen, sweetheart, I don't mean to be a jerk, but if someone needs to tell you to dive underneath the damn desk during an earthquake, then I just realized I have a really stupid wife. Why did you dive in with me? And she says to me, no, Salman, it's the principle of the matter. That's something you would do. You would leave me out there to die to save yourself, right? But you know what? It's okay. Because thank God for that flying talking unicorn that told me to get on its back and fly me to safety. Otherwise, I would have been dead. Now, I had realized how foolish I had become, right? When the next question out of my mouth was, then why the hell didn't you take me with you? You know? We didn't talk for 3 days. You know? A lot of confusing stuff. I always used to get nervous when my dad's white friends used to come over and use the bathroom, you know? And they'd always come out and say, hey, Jaffri, you know, I noticed you got a flower pot in there. But You know, I didn't notice any flowers. And my dad, you know, with his little broken English, now flustered and trying to explain this phenomenon. And in his nervousness, he messes up his pronouns and says, well, Jack, you know, we tried to do that feng shui thing in there, but, you know, the plant, he died, you know, so, you know. My family was a big fan of Family Feud, the game show, right? I always used to watch and think, you know what, that's something that me and my family can never do, you know? I always used to picture, give me the Hendersons, give me the Jaffris, all right, here we go. They shake hands at the podium over there. Steve Harvey standing there. All right, we surveyed 100 people. Name something that you would find in a bathroom. Jaffri, Lota. It wouldn't work. It would not work. Right? I used to work at my old job. Two friends of mine, my friend Javier, my friend Sanjay. Sanjay, I come from India, the IT department, very nice guy, he just came about maybe 2 months. Javier, good kid, prankster, right? And Javier comes up to me, Javier says, you know what, I'm gonna get Sanjay today. I said, man, don't do that, he's a good guy, man, you know? He says, no, here's what I'm gonna do. When he goes into the bathroom stall, I'm gonna go over, look down, throw some water from a bottle, I'm gonna run. I said, look, man, don't do that. He's like, no, it'll be fine. I said, what? Whatever, let me know how it goes. Sanjay, Javier comes back about maybe 15 minutes later with the most perplexed and confused look on his face. And I said, hey, how'd it go? He's like, you know what, I didn't do it. I said, why not? He's like, look, man, I don't know, I think Sanjay has some problems, bro. I don't want to mess with him, man. Forget it. I said, tell me what's going on. And he says, well, you know, I don't want to freak you out, bro, but I think Sanjay may think that he's Spider-Man. I say to myself for a second, okay, all right, where are we going to go with this? And so I say, Javier, look, man, why would you think that Sanjay's Spider-Man? I said, man, I looked over, and I just saw my man sit down like this. You know? Cultural confusions, man. I got it. Not gonna bust his, you know, whatever. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna bust his chops. It happens. Growing up, I always thought God hated me. You know, that Allah was mad at me, you know? My mom would be downstairs. I'd be upstairs. She's like, Beta, come downstairs. I'm like, yeah, Mom, in a minute. She's like, right now. I'm like, yeah, in a minute. And I come back about maybe 5 minutes later. And I'm running downstairs, and I hit my knee on the coffee table. Oh! Yes. And my mom says, you know what? See? Allah did that. You don't listen to your parents. See that? My dad got diagnosed with diabetes. I said, Mom, how did Dad get diabetes? Because of you guys. You guys give him stress. You guys have been great. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a good night.